is February the 27th, 2019, and if you're seeing this video, you're seeing this face, you see the gold, you see the robe, you see the Beyonce shades, you know what time it is. It is New Comic Book Wednesday, so let's get it poppin'! Up first, we are almost there. We're almost at 1,000 issues of Batman Detective Comics. Today, we have Batman Detective Comics number 999. The end of the last issue, Batman went to go see Silas Stone. Silas Stone is Cyborg's father, Victor Stone, aka Cyborg. And that exchange led to there suddenly being a Bat Kid in the room. A Bat Kid. This Bat Kid. There's a kid in a bat suit. Like 8-year-old Bruce Wayne Bat Kid. I don't know what's going on. Some trippy shit. Some out-of-body experience shit going on. But some shit has to happen in this issue. Because, again, it's the last issue before number 1,000. Some shit is bound to pop off between now and the next issue. That is Batman Detective Comics number 999. Up next, we have Action Comics number 1008. You see I got the variant cover here. A lot of the variant covers out today are really boss. A lot of the variant covers are really boss. At the end of the last issue of Action Comics, three main things happen. Jimmy Olsen almost. A girl he was messing with tried to get him to join Cobra, which is a cult. That exploded. Lois had a really interesting conversation with her father, who hates Superman, like on some bigot shit. Like he's like I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him. He's an alien. He's blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, but he love me. He love your grandson. Blah 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 and stuff. Blah. Really, it's way more well written than what I'm saying right now. I suggest you check it out. And at the end of the issue, Superman hears somebody calling out for help. He gets there. It's Amanda Waller of all people. He saves her, and then that building blows up. Something is happening. Find out what happens in part 2 of Leviathan. I can't talk. Leviathan Rising Part number 2 in Action Comics number 1008. Moving on, we have Shazam number 3. I got the variant cover. I told you a lot of the variant covers are really dope today. I'm not sure who the artist is on this cover, but it's really cool. At the end of Shazam number 2, in Shazam number 2, the gang chooses one of the magic lands to venture off to first, and they all land on a place called the Funlands because they're children. Who is going to turn down a trip to a place called the Funlands? And when they get there, they find it's a giant amusement park like places, candy, popcorn, roller coasters, and a bunch of other kids there. But they also, at the end of the issue, they run into another kid who refers to himself as the king of the Funlands, and he also refers to himself as the 7th champion, meaning, could he possibly be brought into the fold to be part of the Shazam family? We don't know. We'll find out what happens in Shazam number 3. And to round out everything that I did pick up today, I did pick up Martian Manhunter number 3. I love the art in this book. It's very cartoony. The art in this book reminds me of Class of 3000, the Andre 3000 cartoon that used to come on, which was really dope and way ahead of its time. And I wish they didn't get canceled really early. As you could tell, I'm salty about that. But yeah, it reminds me of that show. And it's really cool. It's really cool. I highly suggest checking out the first 2 issues. I also picked up Heroes in Crisis number 6. This is also the variant cover. I regret not committing to all the variant covers from the beginning because I like the Polaroid thing. That's Heroes in Crisis number 6, as well as Fantastic Four number 7. Dr. Doom is still he's still badass. Dr. Doom is awesome. That's Fantastic Four number 7. I also recently finally got a chance to read it was probably a few episodes ago, I showed that I had picked up Deathstroke Volume Number 1, Deathstroke Rebirth, The Professional. I got a chance to read it this past weekend. It is really, really, really awesome. So I also picked up Deathstroke Volume 2. Volume 2, The Gospel of Slade. Shout out to Christopher Priest, Black History Month, Black Excellence. I highly suggest checking out Volume 1 because I would say I was a moderate Deathstroke fan. Like, I always just thought he looked cool, but like the first volume really, really is starting to make me like an actual fan of his. Check that out. That is Deathstroke Volume 1. This is Volume 2. Check it out. So today, right, I was in my local comic book shop, and there was a bunch of people in there, and they were, doing, comic book shop talk. They talk about in this particular, they were talking about comic book movies. Like, I like this, I don't like that. I hate this, I love that. Opinions. But this one guy goes on to say, he just starts trashing Aquaman, like dogging Aquaman. And like I tend to stay out of conversations like that, especially with people I don't know. Well, at least wait until I gather some more information about said person before I stick my opinion out there on this open forum known as the local comic book shop. And he goes to one of the guys behind me. He's like, "Oh, why you ain't like it?" He's like, "Why you ain't like it?" I thought Aquaman was pretty cool. Oh, I hate CGI movies. I hate CGI heavy movies and blah blah blah. It's terrible. I don't think it's necessary and blah blah blah. Same thing with Alita Battle Angel, which was awesome, by the way. I hate CGI. Oh, I hate all this stuff. It's fake. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I can give you that. We're comic book fans. A lot of this shit is impossible without CGI. But hey, I can give you that. That's your opinion. It's all subjective. But then he goes on to talk about, like, he starts like blowing, like double-handed blowing Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Thor Ragnarok. Just say just say you don't like Aquaman. Then just leave it at that. Don't come up with bullshit ass excuses as to why you hate it. I've been listening to too much grime. Or is there such a thing of listening to too much grime? But dude was like, "Oh, I hate CGI movies and blah blah blah," and then goes on for 20 minutes to talk about how much he loves these 3 other CGI heavy movies. Like, stand in your bias, dog. It's cool. It's all right. It's fine. Opinions. We all have them. It's cool. It's why we're awesome. It's why humanity is cool, because it's a bunch of people with different ways of thinking and blah, 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 blah. Everything ain't for everybody. But also, for example, I love Batman. I am a Batman fanatic. Like, it is terrible how much of a fan I am of Batman. Given that, of course, naturally, I lean towards more DC Comics central things. So that doesn't mean I hate Marvel. That doesn't mean I'm going to come up with dumbass excuses to not partake in Marvel content. I love the Fantastic Four. I love fucking Captain America. I love fucking Black Panther. This late, I was about to go off on a tangent. Stop myself. I don't come up with dumbass excuses to why I lean towards one thing over another. That's just the way it is. It's all subjective. I got that. I listen to a podcast called Fans Without Borders, who that's their mantra. It's all subjective. It's okay to like what you like. Just don't come up with dumbass excuses to tear down another one over. Tear down one over another. That's just me, though. Anyway, that's all I have for today's episode. Let me know down in the comment section, what comic books did you get today? What are you feeling? What are you not feeling? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you didn't cop anything, I am displeased with you. The champ is displeased with you, and he wishes you would go out there and read something, because there's some really, really awesome stuff out there. Sorry for the knife hand. I'm Father Clef. Peace.